It was the newspaper clipping referring to the imminent eclipse. Wrapped inside it was another small piece of paper. It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was beginning to make sense. Ubier had organized Nico's abduction. Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train. It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside. There was a glow of light at the window of the hut. It was the watchman's hut. A chain-link fence barred the entrance to the docks. The fence stopped me from getting into the docks. The fence stopped me from getting into the docks. The fence stopped me from getting into the docks. It was just a heap of chains and stuff. There was nothing there I wanted. It was a rusty old barge. The barge was empty. The chimney was a metal pipe with a conical hat on top to stop the rain getting in. It was a mean-looking guard dog. The spike held a stack of papers which appeared to be shipping documents. None of them referred to Condor Transglobal. It was a box of blank forms. The watchman was big and bulgy, like a sack of potatoes. His flushed and bloated face wore a sleepy, amiable expression.
Hi there.
Hey! How long you been watching me?
Well, I wasn't watching.
You were looking.
Oh, well, yeah, but I wasn't watching.
What'd you want? Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
Does that dog belong to you?
Nah, he comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say. What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
That animal doesn't seem too hot for a guard dog.
No? You haven't seen him in action.
Doesn't look like he has the energy to wag his tail.
Just like my wife. She's like a slug in a coma until she's annoyed. Then, she's like a tiger with a rat up its ass.
Sweet.
I gotta go now, but I'll be back.
Can't wait.
Oh, hello everyone. Very sorry I've been quiet up until this point. I actually forgot to introduce myself. I was trying to work out how to basically do this bit while going to a new area. Well, welcome back to the next video of my session of Broken Sword, Shadow Templars Remastered. I am Classic Gamer. Last time, of course, we got through the Glees Gallery. And we are now in Marseille on the trail of Nico and Condor Trans Global.
The gates were fastened with a heavy-duty padlock. Breaking steel padlocks with my bare hands was a feat I'd never mastered.
Now this bit happens to be my favourite bit of the game, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So this might take a couple of videos, this first little bit, but I will show you everything, all the bits that are funny, everything you can do, and just generally what makes this bit good. Now try climbing the fence, and a funny conversation unfolds between you and the watchman.
What's the big idea?
I don't know. The dog went berserk for no apparent reason.
He's trained to do that. The idea is to deter any would-be intruder.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just remember, he's a trained attack dog. A killer.
Hey, 20.
Didn't I tell you to stay away from the fence?
I was nowhere near it. It's that dog. He's crazy.
Hey, mind what you say. He's sensitive to negative criticism. Stay away from that fence, asshole.
Ever heard of Condor Trans Global?
Sure. They have a warehouse here.
Well, could I take a look?
Not until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
I have to make a delivery to Condor Trans Global.
Where's your rig?
About half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah, it was easy. I just put one foot in front of the other. Are you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I was getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker. Do you know what kind of business Condor's involved in?
I'm paid to guard the gate. Their business is none of mine.
I'm looking for a young woman.
At the docks? What kind of woman do you have in mind?
You don't understand. It's my girlfriend I'm trying to find.
Well, I ain't seen her. And you should tell her the docks ain't no place for a young lady. They're dirty and they're dangerous.
I'm certain my girlfriend was brought here when she was abducted.
What? Your girl was kidnapped?
Yeah. Struck down by an Indian with a poisoned dart.
A poison dart, huh?
I could tell he didn't believe me. I have these very exotic panties.
Take them away, you pervert!
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
What time do you open the gates?
7.
Do you mind if I hang out here till the docks open?
Please yourself, but you'll have a long wait. It's Sunday, and tomorrow is the start of the national holiday. Everything is closed for a month.
Well, wouldn't you just know it?
What's cooking?
Beans. You know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Not this one. Don't you ever get tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Have you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible. Have you ever heard of Professor Oubier?
Me? None of my friends are professors or anything like that.
This is the dart that the Indians shot at my girlfriend.
Sheesh. That's pretty weird, but I don't see why you'd expect to find her here.
Take a look at this letter.
That's sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice.
See you later.
Okay, so try looking through the window without attracting his attention. And try...
It was a stack of printed documents.
Try taking one.
Ouch! Gotcha! That'll learn you to leave things alone.
Quite funny, really, if you think about it. Try and go... Oh, pardon me. Try and go below the hut.
A short stick of wood floated near the edge of the landing stage. The stick had a hook on one end. I figured it was a boat hook for hooking boats. Bobbing up and down in the oily water was the watchman's discarded beer bottle. Bobbing up and down in the oily water. It was a short wooden-handled boat hook. I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little. The opening in the floor led up into the watchman's hut.
If you go up here now, something funny will actually occur.
It was an old iron stove, which heated the hut and the watchman's dinner. I couldn't reach that far. It was a filthy, stained coffee mug. I couldn't reach the cup. It was a packet with a picture of a boxer dog on the front. I couldn't reach the packet. A shabby old overcoat hung from a peg near the door. I couldn't reach the coat. I couldn't reach the documents. Impaled on a spike were a number of documents. It was a box of blank forms. I couldn't reach that far. It was a large bucket filled with coal. I couldn't reach the bucket. It was the night watchman.
Excuse me.
Huh? Who's there?
Okay, so this is where I'm going to end it on this video of the session. So we'll be back in, well, I'll be back in just a moment. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a minute.